Hey guys, excuse me, y'all know the drill. We're gonna give it a few minutes and see if we can't get some people in here. We got a lot to cover today for sure. Hey Monique, how are you doing? Hey Miss Sherry, everybody looking forward to the weekend. Hey Liza, how are you, hon? Right, Monique. Liza, I am going to be using the pictures you sent me today. See, I hadn't forgot you. And I did see some of them here where I live at today. Can you hear me now, Miss Sherry? I hope everything's okay, Liza. Hey, Donna, how are you, hon? Okay, take your time, Monique. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and see if we can get some more people in. And my 5x5 guys, good deal. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Good deal, Liza. I have a doctor's appointment next Thursday. Let's see if I can't get rid of this congestion. I did put together a video for today, so I just can't play it through StreamYard. Which I don't know. I may be able to. Let me go look. If not, I got it pulled up on my Google Drive. I'm here. I'm just sitting trying to get this to load up for us. Y'all know I'm technological, the inefficient. Hey, Susanna, how are you, hon? Do you want to come up with us tomorrow at 2 Eastern? We'll do an all ladies panel. I'm still learning, Liza. Believe you me. Awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it, guys. I really am. And of course, this video's gonna take forever to upload. I started pulling articles last night for the stream today. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that too, Susanna. Yesterday was just hectic as I'll get out. Last couple of days has been. But all right, while I'm waiting on that to upload, I'll go ahead and get started. Because, like I said, we've got quite a few articles to cover today. You know how it is. The news don't sleep just 'cause we do. I'll get it spit out in a minute. So, have y'all heard about they're building a concrete barrier around the White House? Is a concrete wall being constructed around the White House. Several photos and videos have surfaced on social media that show what appears to be a temporary concrete barrier erected around the White House. You can see it there. There's also another picture. Well, you can't see it there. I thought there was another picture on there somewhere, and it might be just further down. As you may expect, many are questioning why the barrier is being put around the house of the U.S. president. Some are saying that the U.S. government is preparing for some type of chaos in the near future, while others note that there are many are an event coming to the lawn of the White House and extra security measures being taken. There you go. There's the other picture. It does make you wonder, though. Whatever the case may be, we are too curious as to why a temporary wall would be going up around the White House. And of course, they talk about they'll continue to, you know, keep tabs on it. And that was from Hot 107.9. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Right, Liza, I said the exact same thing. I haven't heard on the why either, Donna. Right, Monique? Hey, Amar, how are you, hon? I completely agree. They call us racist and whatnot for wanting the wall built around the southern border, but yet and still they're going to build one around the White House. It's just too coincidental when you got the midterms coming up this year, too. I mean, that's just a thought. Oh, where'd my banner go? Because I have to have this banner today. And usually I do not put stuff like this, but there we go. Now, if it'll come back, there we go. See if that video uploaded yet. Right, Monique? I mean, I completely agree there. The video did upload. Okay, good deal. And we're going to watch it here in a little bit. All right. Of course, y'all know news and news upon news on Russia. Vienna, Moscow, and this is from Reuters. Poland's foreign minister said on Thursday that Europe was at risk of plunging into war, as Russia said it was not yet giving up on diplomacy, but that military experts were preparing options in case tensions over Ukraine could not be diffused. In Washington, the White House said the threat of a Russian invasion of Ukraine remained high, with some 100,000 Russian troops deployed, and the U.S. would make public within 24 hours intelligence suggesting Russia might seek to invent a pretext to justify one. And I do have an article on that in just a minute. The drumbeat of war is sounding loud, and the rhetoric has gotten rather shrill. Michael Carpenter, U.S. Ambassador to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, said after talks with Russia in Vienna. The threat of military invasion is high, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told reporters. There are no dates set for any more talks. We have to consult with allies and partners first. Russia said dialogue was continuing but was hitting a dead end as it tried to persuade the West to bar Ukraine from joining NATO and roll back decades of alliance expansions in Europe, demands that the U.S. has called non starters. At this stage, it's really disappointing, Russian Ambassador Lukashev told reporters after a meeting of the OSCE, the third leg in a series of East West talks this week. He warned of possible catastrophic consequences if the two sides could not agree on what Russia has termed security red lines, but said Moscow had not given up on diplomacy and would even speed it up. The Russian comments reflect a pattern of Moscow saying it wants to pursue diplomacy, but rejecting calls to reverse its troop buildup near Ukraine and warning of unspecified consequences for Western security if it demands if its demands go unheeded. Here we go. Here's another article that was referencing. And once again, it's from Reuters, or however you say that word. Russia is preparing to create a pretext for a border invasion of Ukraine and has already pre-positioned operatives to conduct a false flag operation. Officials in Washington have warned, echoing statements from Kyiv. Russian special services are preparing provoca- the provoca- y'all know what I'm trying to say, against Russian servicemen located in Moldova's breakaway region of Transnistria in order to accuse Kiev, Ukrainian military intelligence said on Friday. U.S. officials have expressed similar sentiments. Russian influence actors are already starting to fabricate Ukrainian provocations in state and social media to justify Russian intervention and show divisions in Ukraine. Excuse me. In Ukraine, a U.S. official told Reuters news agency on Friday. Moscow has already dispatched operatives trained in urban warfare who could use explosives to carry out acts of sabotage against Russia's own proxy forces in eastern Ukraine, blaming the acts on Kyiv if Russian President Vladimir Putin decides he wants to move forward with an invasion. A U.S. official told the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity. And I'm guessing this is supposed to be the Russian separatists. Moscow has dismissed those statements as unfounded, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Friday, according to Russia's TASS news agency. Then it goes on to talk about, how many Russian troops is on the Ukrainian border and whatnot. But to me, it's strange that they knew that this article was on come out. It just seems fabricated. What y'all think? Excuse me. I don't know what's up with this Wi Fi and computer today. Russia could use failed talks with US and NATO as pretext for invading Ukraine, experts and officials warn. Russia has spent this week engaging US and its NATO allies in talks amid tensions over Ukraine. Some experts and officials have raised concerns Russia could use failed talks as a pretext to invade. This does not give them a kind of veil of legitimacy if they decide to invade Ukraine, one expert said. Some senior U.S. officials and Russia watchers have expressed concerns that Russia may use this week's stalled diplomatic talks in Europe as a pretext to invade Ukraine, as Moscow continues to its aggressive moves near Ukraine's border, while making demands that the U.S. and its NATO allies have dismissed as non-starters. White House Press Secretary Peppermint Patty questioned Tuesday whether Russia will use discussions as pretext to claim that diplomacy couldn't possibly work in order to proceed with the aggressive rhetoric and actions, most importantly, that they have portrayed at the border. Similarly, Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman, who has been leading the U.S. delegation during this week's talk, said on Wednesday that Russia must decide whether they really are about security, in which case they should engage, or whether this was all a pretext that and they may not even know yet. There has been almost no movement on either side of the negotiation table during this week's talks. Jim Townsend, an adjunct senior fellow in the transatlantic security program at the Center for New American Security, told Insider Wednesday. You can only say that there's been progress in the sense that it hasn't blown up. He kind of has a point there. On Thursday, Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov dashed hopes for further talks, saying he sees no grounds for doing so. There is, to a certain extent, a dead end or a difference in approaches, he said. I do not see reasons to sit down in the coming days gain to gather again and start these same discussions. And it seems to me like neither side wants to buckle down on this. Welcome back, Monique. Liza, Ukraine sits, it has a port in the sea there, and that's what Russia is supposedly after. Or that's what the media and all saying anyway. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure on that. I think, in my opinion, I think it's more about they don't want them to they don't want them to become a part of NATO because if they become a part of NATO, NATO will have troops and missiles and all in the Ukraine. And let's say they have their missiles set up outside of Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine. It'll only take 5 minutes for a missile to be knocking on Putin's door. I thought so too, Monique. That's the reason why I said I think it's more about they don't want NATO in the region. You gotta love the good old left. I'm being sarcastic there. Democrats slammed for blocking Russia's sanctions bill using filibuster they decried as racist. Yeah, you definitely can't make this up. And this is off of Fox News. Senate Democrats were slammed Thursday for taking advantage of the filibuster rule, which prominent members of their party have recently decried as racist, to block a bill from Republican Senator Ted Cruz implementing sanctions on Russia. The Senate voted 55 to 44 to pass Cruz's sanctions on Russia for its Nord System 2 pipeline with Germany, but failed due to a bipartisan agreement to subject it to a 60 vote threshold. A handful of Democrats joined Republicans in voting for the measure. The new natural gas pipeline, which is awaiting final approval from German and European officials before it goes into operations, has been a particular focus of attention as the U.S. and its European allies try to build a package of deterrence strong enough to stop Putin from invading Ukraine. The move was met with immediate criticism from the conservatives on social media, who pointed out that the Democrats have been attempting to abolish and suspend the filibuster, with some Twitter users pointing out that just days earlier, Potato Head tried to make the case that anyone who opposes removing the filibuster is akin to George Wallace and Jefferson Davis. Seriously, you can't make this up. The North Carolina GOP tweeted the same week Potato Head delivers a factless, angry, dishonest rant in Georgia. Oh, gotta love Georgia. To announce his flip flop on the filibuster, Democrats effectively filibustered sanctions on Russia's Nord System 2 Nord System 2 pipeline. Of course, you gotta love the graphics, right? For all their talk of eliminating the filibuster 60 vote requirement, the Dems were perfectly happy using that same 60 vote requirement to block sanctions on Russia last night. The bill got 55 votes, but Dems are blocking it anyway. Isn't that ironic? Republican Senator Chuck Grassley tweeted. Democrats yesterday, people who support the filibuster are racist. RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel tweeted, Democrats today, let's filibuster sanctions on Russia. You know, they flip flop way too much. As long as it's in their favor, it's okay. But if it's in Republican favor, you can forget it. Hey, Lala, how are you, hon? I agree, Monique. Exactly. I don't even trust NATO, Monique. I'm glad to hear, Lala. But I haven't trusted NATO for years. Agreed, Monique. Um, I agree, Lala. I heard or read today that 80% of NATO's backing is from the US. So, that does make us NATO. Like we don't have enough pull in the world. We need, you know, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I had to stop and think about what NATO stood for. Exactly, Monique. That's exactly what they are. They are strongly for the um global community. I don't want to say that three-letter word that starts with an N. But I mean, look at what's going on at NATO now. Too many things are adding up, in my opinion. All right, let's see. I'm trying to get all the Russia stuff out the way, and then go into the other. There we go. That went a little faster. Brussels, Belgium. Foreign policy experts have waited expectantly during this past week as U.S. and NATO officials met their Russian counterparts to discuss averting the crisis over Ukraine. Dubbed as critical for geopolitics, three high stake meetings were held in European cities following on from last month's talks between U.S. President Potato Head and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin. At Wednesday's NATO Russia Council meet, which convened after more than 2 years in Brussels, officials spoke on the importance of dialogue for disarmament and missile deployments. But addressing journalists at a press conference, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said there are significant differences between NATO allies and Russia on these issues. Our differences will not be easy to bridge. Despite massing troops at its borders with Ukraine, Moscow refuses allegations from Kyiv and Western powers that it is planning an invasion. The Kremlin instead blames NATO for undermining the region's security and has sent a wish list of security demands to Washington, most of which have already been slammed as non starters. Primarily, Russia wants NATO and its allies to ban Ukraine and former Soviet nations from joining the alliance. It has also called on NATO to scale back activities in Eastern Europe. Fabritz Pothier, a strategy officer at a policy group, Rasmussen Global, named after its founder, the former NATO chief Anders Fogh Rasmussen, said negotiating with the Kremlin has always been challenging for the alliance. It's very difficult for NATO to do anything which does not protect its own interests and values, obviously, starting with the territorial integrity of its allies, he told Al Jazeera. NATO can compromise on its transparency, how its allies inform each other about military exercises, and on positioning certain sensitive weapon systems along borders. But beyond that, NATO will never budge. The Western led push for diplomacy gathered pace after approximately 100,000 Russian troops were spotted along the Ukraine-Russia border at the end of last year. As well as the NATO events in Brussels, U.S. and Russian officials discussed the crisis on Monday in Geneva, and the week ended in Vienna with a meeting of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, the world's largest security body. After NATO Russia Council meeting, Deputy U.S. Secretary of State Wendy Sherman bemoaned that there was a no commitment to de escalation. She added that Russia might not yet be prepared on how to proceed. But Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko said that Moscow has made it clear that to NATO members that the situation has become intolerable for Russia. It really is, Lala. They are. Uh oh. But yeah, I mean, we all know for a fact that Russia and the US has never been friends, not really. To my knowledge, they've never agreed on anything. All right, I'm gonna show y'all the video that I done. The first couple of the pictures are from Liza, aka Ohio Prepper, and I want to say once again, Liza, thank you very much for sending them to me.
One 10 Vancouver.
110.
Due to my personal choice to take a moral stand for medical freedom and personal choice, I will be signing out of service for the last time today. After nearly 17 years of serving the citizens of the state of Washington, it has been my honor and privilege to work alongside all of you. I want to take a moment to thank those that have helped me be successful, to be safe, and to go home every day. At the end of each shift, to hear the ripping of that Velcro is a relief to my wife and kids. I want to admonish each of you, knowing that despite what the press releases and the news conferences are saying to downplay this role, we all know in this district on the 19th there will be 51 of the 75 troopers available and only 7 of the 11 sergeants. So please, please, please take care of each other. So please take care of each other. Be safe and make sure you all go home at the end of each day. Again, thank you to each and every one of you that have stood alongside me and that we have helped each other out. But as for me, I am out of service and on to new adventures.
On behalf of your D5 coworkers, I want to say you've been a pleasure to work with for the last almost 17 years. You've accomplished great things here and built amazing friendships along the way. You've led your crew in DUI arrests year after year, been an FTO, a DRE, and peer support member, and most recently made sergeant last year. This agency is losing an outstanding, hardworking, determined, and caring individual I'm honored to have been your dispatcher, but mostly proud to be your wife. Our future is bright. Thank you so much for your service, 110.
And thank you for yours, and for being by my side.
110, 17, go to.
90110, thank you for your service and being my FTO. 10, you will be missed, will be forgotten. To you and your lovely wife, it's been an honor.
My name is Dylan Lindbergh. I was hired in January 2020. All I know as a career firefighter is this pandemic. I've cared for COVID patients, followed all the protocols and mandates, and to my knowledge, never once exposed anyone to this virus. Today, myself and thousands of other brave men and women are being forced to either comply with the mandate or face termination for standing in their beliefs. I'm choosing to stand in my belief. I believe in freedom. This is for everyone who's standing up for this and for everyone else who felt forced to comply. Vax or no vax, let us come together and rethink firing thousands of brave men and women.
While Dolly will always do her best to remain neutral, she understands the vax debate of 2021 is yet another example of how divided and scared our country has become.
Oh, they are scared, and they have a right to be scared. This world is just going to hell in a handbasket as quick as it can, and people don't even seem to care. They just want to fight about it. They just want to have an opinion on it rather than trying to do something about it. And I really worry about that. I really and truly do. It grieves me. And when things are bad, I pray. And when things get worse, I pray harder. I just want things to be good. But it's like within my own family, within my own fan base, there's that great divide. There's half of them that are Democrats, Republicans, or independents, or whatever. But I choose not to stir up any more trouble. We got enough already.
Okay, am I 5x5? Hey, Ghetto. Hey, Bug Dude. As y'all can see, other than the pictures that Liza sent to me, um, all that was taken from TikTok. And once again, as the ticker says along the bottom of the screen, I am in no way, shape, or form a medical expert. I don't claim to be. Everyone should make the choice based on how they feel about it and doctor or medical experts' recommendation. It's sad when you have to put disclaimers on videos. You know, I commend those two men and the officer's wife, who is a dispatcher, for standing up for what they believe in, as well as angry. I have worked as housekeeper at a nursing home as well as our public hospital here. And I know if I was still in that profession, I'd be forced to make that choice. And I'd be right on out the door with everybody else because it's my body, my choice. I'm going to throw that back in the left's face. And we still got a couple of articles to go over, but I wanted to, give that a few minutes to kind of sink in. I get choked up when I watch The Officer. 17 years in a profession, and he's forced to make that decision. Oh, I don't blame him. I would too. My dad's done said that if they try to force him, that he will retire as well. I agree, Donna. And I mean, if you go, I don't know if y'all have TikTok or not, but if you go to their search engine and type in, I can't remember how I typed it in, but anyway, you type in certain keywords, it will bring those videos up. I don't blame you none whatsoever. None whatsoever. Today I was at our local Walmart. You can actually, you don't have to download the app. You can just go to TikTok itself and be able to watch the videos. But the shelves wasn't as bad as they have been, but there was a lot of they had some empty spaces, but those some areas that could have been better stocked. And I heard quite a few other customers mention, about people panic buying. We're a small town, so it's really starting to hit home. Yes, ma'am, you can. I only know because one of my roommates used to send me videos from TikTok long before, I got TikTok. There would definitely be a smart move, Ohio. And if nothing else, until y'all get, a permanent dwelling built, um, y'all could buy like one of those already fabricated sheds and make it livable until you get your house built. I've done one or two stupid videos on there, but usually I try to be serious. I ain't done no video on there in close to a month now. But people right here in my hometown has found my TikTok and my YouTube. There you go, Liza. That's definitely good. Scrappy, you can come up them doorsteps. Come on, Bubba. Come on. Come on, Bubba. I understand that completely. All right. Now we've got some unpleasant. I mean, the whole Russia thing's unpleasant. Don't get me wrong, but now we've got some touchy YouTube touchy subjects. We'll go that way with it. This that I'm fixing to pull up is actually when I say local, it's out of Savannah, which is 2 hours away from me. But we're in the viewer coverage area. Hi, Miss Kathy, how are you? It's been a hectic week. But I don't know if y'all had heard about this or seen anything on it, but a gene that causes bacteria to be resistant to some of the world's most important antibiotics has been detected in sewer water, according to researchers in Georgia. Researchers at the University of Georgia, or as we all call it, the UGA, Center for Food Safety, detected the presence of the MCR9 gene, which makes bacteria resistant to colistin after testing sewage water in a Georgia community. The researchers cited concerns over the discovery as the gene was found in a bacteria known as morgani, which they say is not tested often, meaning the problem could be more severe than initially expected. UGA says colistin is considered a last resort antibiotic due to its ability to kill infections that other antibiotics cannot. The antibiotic is frequently used for agriculture and livestock. The spread of the MCR gene could mean the colistin is no longer working effectively, threatening the safety of people who eat an animal that may have contracted a strain of colistin resistant bacteria. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to read on that because I'm kind of worried that YouTube's on blow its top. There we go, Lala. It's all right. What did you do wrong, Miss Kathy? Yeah, definitely. The other one that I got on the other the jab, I probably ain't going to hit because I probably done pissed YouTube off. And this one I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna let y'all look at yourself. Um, but our favorite, America's favorite doctor, his emails is being exposed. The oversight committee got him. Comer and Jordan Frankenstein emails raise questions of leak cover up. Oversight and Reform ranking member James Comer, representative of Kentucky, and House Committee on the Judiciary ranking member Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, today called for a transcribed interview with Frankenstein after new information reveals he may have concealed information from government officials about that illness, that just keeps growing and growing, originated from that C word country. Information also indicates Frankenstein, former director of the Institute for Health, Dr. Francis Collins, may have colluded with other scientists to downplay the theory. We write to request a transcribed interview of Dr. Frankenstein, director of yada yada yada. Experts of emails we are making public today reveal that Frankenstein has warned of two things. One, the potential that was released from that place over there. And two, the possibility that the sickness was intentionally genetically manipulated. It is imperative we investigate if this information was conveyed to the rest of the government and whether this information would have changed the U.S. response to the sickness. Oh, I hope you can, Lala. I really do too, Donna. That man deserves worse than death. I know I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, but they do. He does. And once again, YouTube, I am not a medical professional and I do not give out medical advice. I know y'all tired of hearing me say that, but I'm trying not to get us in trouble. All right, today I found an article that I thought was pretty interesting. We all know the state of the grocery stores. And, it's getting down to the nitty gritty with the supply chain. I had to stop and think. For some reason, my mind went blank. This is from Fox News out of downtown Los Angeles. Trains in downtown Los Angeles ransacked by thieves. Amazon packages, UPS boxes, unused sickness tests. Union Pacific, a railroad company, has primary jurisdiction over crimes committed on the tracks. Okay, come on, little computer. Thieves are digging through train cargo filled with packages in downtown Los Angeles, creating mounds of trash as a result. CBS 2 LA photojournalist John Schreiber visited tracks in the Lincoln Heights neighborhood of LA and described looted packages. I said I did not want to watch that. Looted packages as far as the eye can see, including Amazon, UPS, unused jab tests, fishing lures, EpiPens, he said in a Thursday tweet. A lot of that they can make money off of. La la. It's sad to see criminals doing what they do, but I guess that's their, I don't want to say job, but and before I forget it again, Wednesday it was mentioned that a certain person wanted me on their channel. I went back and viewed the video that was mentioned, and it was not me that they were wanting on their channel. It was another YouTube channel under the same name, Georgia Peach, without the prepping behind it. I mean, I do think Miss Mac, no hard feelings. But now I'm seriously wondering if I should change my name or not. Because I know good and well that group is very well aware of this channel. And if you're listening, I know you know. Oh, I, they've done me that way. But you know what? That's all right. It ain't no, it's just water off my back. Right before I went live today, I was looking on my homepage on here on YouTube. You're good, Lala. I don't know why they would ignore you. But I was looking on my homepage here on YouTube and I come across a picture. It was shared under community tab, and I wanted to share it with y'all. This is from, and big props. They really do, Lala. And this is for big props from Off Grid Farming with Paula and Adriana. I tend to watch them a lot. But this is on their community tab if y'all want to go look at it. And he said, for everyone interested in my previous photo, here's where I got them, Alaska weather cam. And he gives, the link. Enlarged show details, you can see the sunlight reflected off the middle object. Can someone tell me what that right there is? Is it the moon or what? Because in a way, it does look like the moon. It very well could be, Lala. Right, Monique? We all good die, fam. Love you, Josh. But it kind of makes you wonder, not worry. Oh wow, Lala. I understand that. You gonna fly? So do I, Monique. Personally, I just wish God would go ahead and call us home and, you know, it be done. I hear you there, Lala. Susanna. Agreed, Lala. Mine's been packed, Monique, for a long time. And, I've seen some pictures, that make you wonder. I'm fixing to cook. Hey, Sophia, how are you, hon? I'm fixing to shut it down. I gotta cook supper. That would be cool, Monique. I've been pushing the bar today. That was on Off Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrienne, Liza. Oh my goodness. Really, love? I mean, I believe, I've seen a lot of strange things on Twitter. I am. I'm just trying to get over this crud or whatever it is I've got. I think I have, Lala. Oh, I understand, Monique. I hear you, Nikki. All right, I'll definitely check it out, Lala. I'm gonna take y'all in here and start supper.
Hell no, get them strangers out my house.
They ain't strangers. They my friends.
They strangers to me.
I know Tribe's going live, Monique, at 10. I'm not sure if anyone else is going live.
And they can't be stranger than you.
You love me anyway. Monique said stranger danger.
I need an adult.
Y'all see what I deal with? No, I love Heather.
Holmes, you have the choice to go live somewhere else. But not many friends are going to love you enough to get you drunk every Saturday if you want to be that way.
This is true. uh, right, Nikki? No, y'all. It takes a lot to be stranger than I am. I promise you. Right, Liza. Oh, where'd my scissors go? Oh, that would explain it. Sophia, you coming up on panel with us tomorrow afternoon? I know Nikki said she was going to, and Monique, and I think Liza said she was coming up. And I did send Niecy email. I'm not sure she got it though. Awesome, Sophia. I hope she feels better. Awesome, Lala. You more than welcome, hon.
I know on the it's not on the you were taking 110 milligrams a day, and now it says you can take 2
Monique.
one of the things for 9 and 2.5. They're 10 milligrams twice a day.
You're welcome, Sophia. I know how it feels to have, little ones that don't feel good. Yeah, and as we was saying last week, which we all know, how lives go. It could be an hour, 2 hours, 6, 8, 12. It's all right, Susanna. Oh, I hate to hear that, Sophia. I'm making broccoli, potato, and cheese soup. Easy to fix and delicious.
Oh, Wendy, Andrew's not gonna make it home for dinner.
And gone to Hannah's.
I don't know. He didn't tell me all that.
That means I can put an onion in this.
Yep.
Hee hee. Yeah, fevers with little ones is rough, Sophia.
Little ones are assholes anyway.
They are not. Not all of them.
Oh, just the ones in my house?
Yeah. They'll do that, Monique. That's for sure. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I might have to use the mix. Yay, I don't have to go next door for taters. Huh?
When you gonna drain your
I'm going to do it tonight. Alright, guys, I'm back. We are having broccoli, potato, and cheese soup, Sophia. Or Liza, sorry. Excuse me. I'll put it to you this way, Liza. My bunch likes it. I actually learned how to make it at the last place I worked. I done salad bar, and we'd do soup during the winter to go with the salad bar. Ooh, Monique. Right, Liza. It's called inflation. What's that? Okay.
get out from under me, scrappy fucking dude.
Hey, it's all right. They don't like it. Oh well. I don't know many people that don't like that number. Ghetto. That could, yeah. Actually, wouldn't that spice things up, ghetto? Hey, Backwoods, how are you? I'm cooking as I talk to y'all. Well, I'm cutting taters, but still. Wait a minute, ain't it supposed to be ghetto that cuts the potatoes? Ghetto, you falling down on your job. What y'all got planned for this weekend? Anything big? Backwoods. So I did look at that flight tracker last night. I finally downloaded it. There's quite a few with no call signs. Awesome, Nikki. La la. Oh, maybe not Ohio. Oh, I hear you there, Lala. 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you it's whatever you want. Hey, JL, how are you, hon? I hear you there. Yeah, we hadn't took ours down yet either. I can't wait to hear it, Lala. I think that's a good idea for a live. There you go, backwoods. Now that sounds like a good weekend right there. Oh, I understand that, JL. That's actually that's a good idea, Sophia. Cool. All right. Got the broccoli and the taters and minced onions are cooking. I hear you there, backwoods. My dad, well, my parents and I was looking into getting some chickens and rabbits and stuff like that. Oh wow, I did not hear that, Liza. Damn. But I hear you on that. I think there's a lot of women that would definitely consult him. But Sophia, you get in a pinch, you can always use tones. Oh, I hear you there, Lola. But I think if it come down to my kids starving or me having to uh, kill a animal, I'd have to pray for its soul. Ghetto, that's me. Shoot, silk long johns won't help very much. I know what you mean. We had a farm when I was growing up. Mm, the chickens was my favorite. There you go, Lala. All right, Ghetto, now you sound like Stacey Abrams and the fabulous AOC. Y'all know she got corona. Oh, I did not say that. Oops. Oh, Lord. I bet pelicans taste really good. Probably wouldn't have to add much salt, if any. Get him, backwoods, get him. Uh oh, Lala. You know, I did not think about that, Liza. Monique. That's weird, Nikki. Hmm. Backwoods. Shoot, we accept all forms of credit, debit, EBT. I love it. We all love backwoods. There you go, Sophia. It's all right, JL. We understand. That's the reason why I got where I go do my lives on my computer. Because telemarketers, my son-in-law, and everybody else be calling. You know how that goes. Until I had my hands in water, they freezing now that I came back outside. Ah, that's actually a good call there. Shoot, we got firewood down here. We just got to get somebody to cut it. All right, Liza, have a good one, hon. I'm sure I'll see you later on. But all right, guys. I know I'll see y'all over at Tribes Live. I'm not sure if I'll make it to Ghettos. This wrestling night. Y'all know how that goes. There you go, Ghetto. I mean, backwoods, not Ghetto. Lord, I did not mean to do that. Tribe is at 10 p.m. See you later, Nikki. But I will, Monique. But you guys have a good night, and I'll see y'all over there at 10. And thank y'all all for coming in. You know I love y'all. Y'all stay prepped up and prayed up. Peace out.